The Hyena Challenge is still open. Hey, Aiden, Stobs, Avery back for episode 4 of Mind of a Gamer. This was a very fun episode to record, and I'm sure you guys will see why here shortly. As per the usual, I wanted to really quickly say something before we get started, and that was actually a question for you guys. Is anybody listening on SoundCloud? I have been posting all of the episodes on SoundCloud so that you could download them, like download the audio and put it on your iPod, or stream them on the go if you're driving or doing whatever, so you don't have to be at your computer to listen to them. Is anyone utilizing that? And the reason I ask is because for me to continue to do that, I would have to, well, there's two options. I could either pay for SoundCloud Pro to get more upload time, because I've now, as of the time I upload this video, I'll have used up all the minutes that I have available. And I'm not sure, that might not be that much money, but or I could delete old episodes as I go and continue to upload the new ones. So for instance, the episodes would be up on SoundCloud for like 3 to 4 weeks, which would give you an opportunity to download them or stream them or whatever. And then I would take them down when I needed more space to put up the new episode each week. So let me know. If no one's even listening on SoundCloud, then I'll probably do the latter of those. I'll still be posting them on SoundCloud, but I'll delete the old ones. If there are people listening on SoundCloud, then I'm going to consider paying for SoundCloud Pro. I don't know how much it is. Like I said, I'll look into it, but as far as I can tell, I think like 99% of the people who are listening are doing so on YouTube. So maybe it doesn't even matter to you guys, but I figured I would ask what you think the best way to go about it would be. And so let me know if you have a preference on the matter. Do you care if I take down the old ones on SoundCloud or not? But without further ado, here is episode 4. I had a fun time with this one, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks. All right, guys, welcome to episode 4 of Mind of a Gamer. I'm so excited about the guest that we have this week. Right. He's my favorite Halo editor, and I will go ahead and say that. You and Haunt, but you specifically, my number one. So
thanks, man.
Yeah. This is Gabe. GTS is the name that he goes by, and here's what happened. Gabe and I recorded. We recorded already. We recorded a first version of this, but we scheduled the recording right after Gabe was going to get out of a dentist appointment, and he was a little bit loopy.
Yeah, I got a root canal, and they gave me a bunch of Vicodin, and we did the interview anyways, and it was bad. I was really high. So
a root canal is no small thing when it comes to the dentist. So Gabe was loopy.
Drills were involved.
Yeah. So
they took a smoldering fucking iron and burned my tooth to prove to me that it didn't have a nerve in it. Shit was crazy.
So they're bound to give you some Vicodin after something like that. So we're gonna record this one again, and rather than pretending that we had never done it and like just reenacting it all, because I don't ever want anything on here to feel unnatural or whatever, we're gonna record this one knowing that we've recorded the first one and kind of using some of the stuff we talked about as information for me to ask you some more questions and hopefully get really in-depth into the mind of one of the best editors in the Halo community. So
and possibly all time.
Possibly all time in any community. So let's get started. I still do want to introduce you with the basic stuff, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
you're a California resident like myself, right?
Yep.
You said you're in community college, but you just got accepted to UC Davis, right?
Yeah, man, life's good, flying high, man. It was a great surprise the other day. So.
That's awesome, dude. UC Davis is like a pretty good school, right?
Yeah, it's a really good school. It's better than me. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm excited.
They made a mistake, I guess, huh?
Yeah, someone's getting fired.
No, that's exciting, man. That's exciting. Congratulations about that.
Thanks, dude.
So let's also I do want to let people know like how you got into Halo and everything. How did you find your way into the community?
I used to watch a lot of Halo videos before I even played, which was cool. Yeah, I loved Halo 2. It's how I got started, but I was kind of like I was an 07 kid, and Yeah, I love the competitive stuff. Like I was watching all the MLG stuff like before I could even play or do anything. But yeah, that's how I got started. I got it started slow because you remember that. Remember when everyone was getting like red rings of death and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember this, but have you heard of the towel trick?
I have myself done the towel trick. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard for me to play Halo because I had one of those Xboxes that red ringed early, and the thing is, every fucking time. For those who don't know, I'll explain it to those who don't know. If the quick fix for the red rings of death is to wrap your Xbox in like 5 towels and just, like cook it until it's alive,
Right.
And it's like a temporary fix, but for some reason, and it's only supposed to work a few times, but for some reason, that shit worked for me. I did that for like a full year, like every time I got on. So like, it was hard for me to play. My friends would call and be like, "Hey man, get on. We're playing, playing some Halo 2," and I'm like, "All right, let me, fucking fry my Xbox to oblivion
Xbox for like 5 minutes first."
So yeah, for like a year I had to do that, and so yeah, I didn't play a lot, but I watched a lot and just loved the game. So that's how I got into it, I guess.
Right. And then, you must have. Was those early montages like? Did you know that you wanted to make montages, or was that just for you like inspiration to get on and play the game at all?
No, I didn't really know. I didn't really try to make montages until I started playing like Halo 2 Vista,
Okay.
And I never thought I could really do it, and it was. But I loved guys like Gunshot and Kiwi making those videos, and Furion, of course. So.
Right. So when did you go from a player to an editor? Like when did you decide, all right, I'm gonna make a montage. I'm gonna like take someone's gameplay or my own gameplay, and I'm gonna make a video like the ones that I'm watching.
To be honest with you, I can't remember the exact like moment, but it was back when I was kind of like new on Halo 2 forum, Halo 3 forum, and there's always those sections, people, saying, "Hey, I've got these clips, looking for an editor," and I just responded to some guy with like literally nothing to show for myself, but his footage sucked ass, so he was happy, to have anyone.
It's a fair trade. And, someone who's never edited for some footage.
I made like 5 Halo 3 montages that nobody knows about, and they never will, because I was just for practice, and I didn't really put my name on it, but that's how I got started, just kind of practicing, making shitty videos, and it was cool. Yeah.
So yeah, you just said you didn't put your name on your early videos, so you knew that they weren't. Like, you weren't putting them out with the intent of people, like, seeing your name as an editor at that point. It was just a way for you to learn editing as a skill.
Yeah, like, I knew they were bad, and
right.
I don't know. Who wants to, like, put their name on something that's bad? I was kind of embarrassed by them, so I kind of kept it anonymous. But,
right, okay.
Yeah, it was fun practice,
What was the first video that you put your name on?
First video I put my name on?
Yeah.
I think it was like a scrapped render, what I mean?
Was it that, the Halo 2 Vista one?
Yeah, it was like Stormcrow. Actually, yeah, it could have been something before that, like maybe some shit with my own footage or something.
Right.
No, it was Stormcrow, yeah.
Okay.
And, that was cool. I forgot about that project until right now, but...
See, I liked that a lot. I remember we talked about it, and...
You're gay, because it sucked.
No, I mean, well, obviously, like, given the stuff that you've put out since then, it doesn't even compare. But, like, then, and I had never heard of your name, I was like, wow, this is, like, really sick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you pretty much reached a point where you felt comfortable showing people and, like, being like, this is the name I'm going to use. This is, like, how I'm going to present myself. You had reached that point? You felt comfortable doing that?
Well, I found my ace in the hole, and that was that I could use my Halo 2 Vista mods to make, like, pretty complex angles, like cinematics.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was kind of had a head start because I didn't know how to edit or anything, but I could make these angles, and it kind of raised my shit to the next level because I could use, make Halo 2 videos with angles. It's kind of new at the time, so it kind of boosted everything up a notch. And people gave me a little too much credit, I think, because it really wasn't much special at first. It just had cool cinematics, and people liked the videos. But it wasn't really me.
Right. I mean, there's definitely a uniqueness about it because there's no theater mode in Halo 2, so any angles are like a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Kind of gave like that Halo 3 life to Halo 2.
Yeah,
It was neat, yeah.
So we did discuss this on the first take of this recording, but I do want to talk about how you kind of just poke in the community every once in a while and drop a really, really sick video, and then retreat back to your
Back to my
people don't interact with
shit
you between
cave.
your releases, right? You don't do that much commenting, you don't do that much posting on
No.
the Halo forum or whatever,
No,
but you're
not
still
really.
there.
Yeah, no, I I like to watch from a distance.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's best to do your socializing in the real world. Like
Yeah.
I'm plenty happy being in a member of a not like a more tangible community, I guess. Not
Right.
that not that it's not cool to be on online forums and stuff, like that's cool. But yeah, no, I'm more into just making videos, and I talk to people from here and there. I've made some friends through editing that I'm happy about, like Pass the Word and
Yeah.
like Mayhem and other amazing editors.
Right. Right.
So no, that's cool. But yeah, I definitely like to just kind of post, sit back, and
Well,
work.
this might not even be intentional, but I think that there is an added excitement to when you post a video because, okay, so everyone else who works on videos, right? Like they post screenshots or they post in the work in progress thread or they let everyone know that this video is coming. So sure, it's still exciting when it comes out and I haven't seen it, but I know it's going to come out. Whereas when you post something, like you post it out of the blue, I have no idea it's coming. And then
Yeah.
I wake up one day and there's like a new GTS video, which is like extra exciting because I had no idea it was coming.
Oh,
And I
thanks.
don't know.
Well,
if-
there's
is
a
that
trade-off.
intentional or no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
For me, I've always thought it's somewhat of a trade-off between getting a lot of views and like disappointing people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because what I've noticed, all those hyped videos, no matter how good they are, like out of what was one that I can think of, I'd say maybe like Snipe Down's video, the one Vital did.
Okay. Yeah.
Great video, right? But there's a lot of hype and stuff. People, a lot of
Everyone
people thought
knew
it
it was coming.
A lot of people thought it wasn't as good as it could have been or whatever. But
Yeah.
for me, it's like I'd rather, come in as a surprise. Everyone thinks it's cool, rather than have everyone waiting for it and then doesn't live up to expectations or whatever, And I
Right.
figure enough people end up seeing it anyways, so the hype is, it's not too important to do that.
Right. So you don't think that you're sacrificing enough views that it outweighs the positive of hitting people with a surprise video. They have no expectations. They're like pleasantly surprised every time.
Yeah, and I've never really cared about views as long as like I like Halo. I like the forum the views from the forum, because on YouTube you'll get little comments like that's gay or like that's cool, it's just like 3-word responses, but
Right.
as long as I can get some people that I have respect for, I used to watch their videos and they give me a long-winded response, like that's what it's all about, man. Like that was
Right.
actually the reason I really worked hard, is because I wanted to hear back from people that I had a lot of respect for and shit.
Right. Totally. The comments on YouTube that are like, that was sweet. Like that doesn't
Like,
really mean
dude,
anything.
Tight. That shit tight, bro. Sick. definitely sick, dude.
Yeah. All right. So you also you subscribe to the idea that the aesthetics of a montage are just as important, if not more so, than the gameplay. Is that right?
Yeah, I've never. Well,
I mean, maybe.
yeah.
That's not to say that there isn't an importance placed on the gameplay, but you definitely promote the aesthetics of the video.
Yeah.
Really,
I'd say definitely. I get what you're saying, but I'd say the gameplay. The first time I started editing with like good gameplay, it really adds another element. It like makes you better,
Right.
Like when Riss Halo 2 player is amazing player. When he sent me his Halo 2 clips, I just remember just like being like inspired by every one because they were so amazing. So,
Right.
So yeah, I think you can do a lot with clips that are kind of weak. Like I'll cite like Pass the Word's Invincible as an example of that.
Right.
But yeah, no, if you have the right clips, man, that shit can really help out. Like I'm making a video with Hyena. I just talked to him today, and I love his footage, and he actually made me want to get back into editing so much. So yeah, I think gameplay is important too, but yeah, editing is definitely where it's at, dude.
Yeah. And that, what's funny about that Hyena thing is you and I recorded this first one and we had talked about how you don't really edit Halo 3. And
Yeah,
then,
I know, right?
And then that Hyena came out with that video and now he has sparked your interest in Halo
Hyena,
3.
well, the reason is Hyena snipes in Halo 3 like, people snipe in Halo 2 somehow. It's like he just runs Halo 2 through his Halo 3 disc.
There is no more aesthetically pleasing footage to watch than the way Hyena
Oh
snaps.
yeah,
the
way he murders people in Halo 3 is beautiful, man.
It's so awesome.
Oh my
Lord.
yeah.
Okay,
that guy can murder in a pretty way.
Yeah. So,
you ever forget that these videos are all just murders?
Just like, people actually killing another person.
We forget about this, man. Like we're making these videos and we try to be all artistic with them, but it's a guy shooting another guy's fucking head off, dude.
You know what? I actually had forgotten that.
How psycho is that, dude?
Like I never think about that.
Yeah, we don't. We're like, oh wow, what a nice snipe when he killed that fucking guy. Like what?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is like you saying that reminds me of like how my mom would talk to me when I first got Halo. I would be like, "Oh my god, I got the coolest kill," and she's like, "You're killing someone. Yeah. Like you are killing someone.
Good job, killing him, dude. You know? Like, what do you like? How can you be happy with that?"
No, you're right. I so don't think of it in that way at all.
Yeah,
like
no one does.
But it very much is murder in a video game.
Yeah, fucking murder.
All right, so you
Rad Rom. Sorry.
No. So. We also discussed, and this is something I would really like to get into. You're kind of a perfectionist as an editor, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, would you kind of talk to me about how that came about?
Yeah. I think it's funny when you know you're bad, you know.
Yeah.
You can't really be a perfectionist, you know.
Right.
Because you're not going to get better if you know. Because when you're bad, you have to be bad and be happy with being bad.
Right.
Because it's the only way you're gonna be motivated to work and shit. But I think it was when I started realizing that I was actually getting kind of okay at this stuff, you know.
Right.
That I started realizing I'd probably be selling myself short to not put max effort into everything I do, like with that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd say like the what kind of made me a perfectionist. We talked about this for a minute, but yeah, when I was doing B2P, that was like my first video. The way I see it, that was my first video that I was happy with, and
right. Yeah.
I was kind of forced to be a perfectionist because I had the idea for the video before I actually had the clips for the video. So, and I had all these guys getting footage, and they would send me like a clip, kind of like once every couple days. So I was editing before I really had the clip. So each time I got a new clip sent to me, it would allow me to make one more clip in the video. So it was super linear, and I haven't edited so linearly like since, you know.
Right.
But it forced me to like wait and spend a bunch of time on each clip because I didn't have anything else to work on, so I had to literally wait and toil at it, and then I realized that that's just the way to go, because that video I feel like was when I kind of like stepped into a different level, and I like realized I could do this shit and make Halo sick ass I mean, I say that like it fucking means something, but it doesn't.
No, I agree though. That video is one of those videos that it's like on another level. Like you have some of those like that ill-composed and the composure intro.
Yeah, I was amazed by the responses for that. Like I had no idea. I thought it was just a fucking bizarre video, and
right.
Yeah, but everyone really liked it, so I was, it made me happy, and I was like, I'm gonna take it slow like this, because I took it so slow on that video, dude.
Right. So you see the responses, and you see the final product, and you're happy with it, and you then think, this is how I should edit always, because like the product is so much better. Like I'm getting such a better result that's what you always wanted to do then from then on.
Yeah, definitely. It paid to work really slowly,
Right. How long did you spend on that video? Because it's pretty short. It's like, what, a minute and a half?
It's like a minute and a half, and I spent like fucking 5.5 months on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
So long. So, what about
this?
Oh,
yeah, and that's the thing. Sorry.
No, go for it.
What was cool about editing is that, I don't know, not to sound like a fucking Clarence Thomas, dude, but I guess I wanted... In a lot of things, like, I think a lot of people are like this. They want to be the best,
Yeah.
But it's hard to be the best when you're new to some shit. And I'm not the best. I'm like I think I'm a shitty editor because I don't know how to do anything. But I realize that when it comes to producing stuff, you can make some of the best shit, just by working way longer than everybody else on it,
Yeah.
So I may be way less talented than like other people, or like my knowledge of programs is way worse than everybody I can think of, but if you just labor at it longer, like if you if you work long enough, you can make a video that's up there with everyone else's, and that's what I realized. I just spend more time on everything and make the same result as someone who's a lot better than me. So.
But okay, I mean, there is definitely truth to that, but you would agree though. You obviously have the eye for like what is aesthetically pleasing, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
okay, yeah,
when
that's
you
true. You
when
gotta
you
have the
fiddle
eye.
with
Yeah.
things and you like spend all these hours testing all the different effects, like you know which ones look good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I had going for me is I know what looks good and what looks bad,
Right.
but I don't know how to get there, so I would just kind of it's all guess and check. So I found so many like if I could make a video of all the things I tried that didn't work at all, like you would, oh man, that'd be a great fucking laugh of a video. Because I made some shit that you would literally laugh your ass off how stupid it looked. But you know, it's a learning experience. Unfortunately, I don't remember any of it. I make the same mistakes all the time and have to like relearn what doesn't look good. But
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Okay.
I have all the time in the world. So
Yeah. So you were talking about your knowledge of programs, and you've told me this before. You only edit in Sony Vegas.
yeah, only in Vegas. It's the only one I ever learned, and it's the only one I probably have the capacity to learn.
Have you ever talked to other people who edit in Vegas about that?
The only person I know who edits in Vegas only is Furion.
Okay.
And I think maybe we talked about it once, but yeah,
So,
he's like me, and he understands that Vegas is fucking it's an amazing program. It's a lot better than people think, you know.
it must be because the stuff that is in your videos, when I watch it, I'm like, oh, he made that in After Effects for sure. But
yeah, no, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how that program works.
so you think it's? I mean, it's probably surprising to people. I wish
Yeah,
I could
no,
speak
people are
firsthand.
surprised
Like,
about
I
it,
don't
yeah.
know Vegas, but like, it has to be to people who are Vegas editors. They have to see what you're doing and think, how the hell is he achieving that in Vegas?
Yeah,
Which is,
It's
I think, is
usually-
pretty sweet.
yeah, it's usually just a giant stack of several effects at once
Right.
that make it look like some amazing effect from After Effects. But the truth is, it just took 12 hours longer, and it was a lot more laboring to do.
Right, right. So
But,
what about when you're about to make a video, right? You're going to start on a video. Have you already listened to the song so many times that you know where you want everything to go and what you want it all to look like? Or is it more like you edit as you go and you figure things out as you go, and when you get to a part of the song, you mess with it until you find something that you think matches that part?
I never know what it's gonna look like. That's that doesn't work for me. But I definitely it's all about sound for me. It's always been about sound. Like I'll listen to a song and kind of realize see opportunities to like make a a rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
a rhythm of murder, and
Yeah.
so yeah, because I've always felt like it's really all about the audio. A person wants to be able to expect when the next snipe's coming up, so.
Right.
For me, it's always just been establishing a beat and making a video that flows, because people like to have control over the video they watch. I think that's my theory. It's because it's a video game. You want to kind of feel like you're playing.
Right.
So when a video is kind of like out of flow and doesn't have a consistent beat, it kind of takes you out of the control of the video, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's what I like to try to do.
Totally, it does. But it's even more than that.
Not that I edit anymore, but back then,
But
it's been fucking years. But yeah, it's fun to talk about, I guess.
But more than that, like all the levels, and you also input. It's not just the shots. Like there's like the audio of the guy's reaction in Ill Composed.
Yeah, like
and,
for Ill Composed, I laid out all the snipe audio and shit before I laid the clips down. So like I had to find the clips to match the game audio, which was
Right.
which was fun. It was weird, but
That's
the way
it.
to-
That's
the way
an
to do it.
interesting way to go about it. That I don't think very many, if any, other editors choose that. Like, sure, they probably think, hey, it'd be cool if I found like a triple kill that was all snipes to go here. But I've never ever seen anyone else lay out all of the audio and then
You know what?
put the
Sorry,
visual
sorry,
down.
yeah.
No, go for it.
You know what? I guess I'll put this out there. This would be like maybe an Easter egg for some people. I because I had laid out the audio and before I had the clips. There was times where I would literally make clips like I would take like two different clips, on the same map,
Yeah.
same color of team or some shit.
Yeah.
And just kind of like blend them together, so the first two kills will be one clip just because it matches, and it'll end with another clip, and he'll be in the same location on the map. So I'll sneak that in there to match, because I don't give a fuck if it is
Right.
continuity doesn't matter, and no one's noticed ever. So
So that's one of the situations where where I think that your idea of like the aesthetics are slightly more important than the gameplay. Most editors aren't going to break up a clip.
Yeah.
But like that's something that you would do to make it match the song completely.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously the result has proven to be worth it. And you're right. I can't think of any of those off the top of my head in your videos. I feel like I would have noticed that, and that would have been a big thing.
No,
like, holy shit, he split those clips.
You wouldn't have.
But I obviously wouldn't have because you did it right. Yeah. Well, I want to talk about like composure and stuff for sure. But
yeah, sure.
But before that, I want to just get into this just slightly more. So you also more than splitting clips, you will like remove shots from clips and remove like multiple frames and everything. And I didn't really realize the extent to which that was possible until you started like really giving me feedback and helping me with editing sometimes. And like you would be like, well, why don't you just take out this shot? And that was like not something that really crossed my mind, you know?
You're not gonna see and if I make a Halo, you're not gonna see any miss shot, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'll make you believe he hit 100% of his shots, you know. And
yeah. See, that's powerful. That's like really cool that you're able to do that. You know, not a lot of people are gonna like remove shots from clips and stuff. That's super sweet.
Yeah, people want to see murder, not attempted murder. Stobs.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about composure because like everyone has heard of composure.
Have they?
Yeah, they all know. They know it's the best Halo 2 video never released, and they also know that when they think of composure, they think of your name. So talk to me a little bit about. I mean, it's been years that video has been in the works. I was like looking up composure
since,
stuff.
Like 07. It's only been 7 years.
I was looking up composure stuff online, and I saw an old scrap of someone else's or something, and I looked at the date, and it was like 2009.
Yeah, that's I guess it's been 5 years. Yeah, 09, 08, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like crazy long, and
it's retarded.
So talk to me a little bit about. I often hear you say that the project is cursed.
Yeah, it's cursed. Do you want to know why it's cursed?
Why is it cursed?
It's cursed because Exis was editing it, and he was all on board. Exis, for those who don't know, one of the best Halo 2 editors ever.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, he was editing it, and he was doing a fucking hell of a job, right?
Right.
And I guess and then Vital was coming out with his shit, and it was super tight. You know, some of the next level. It blew everyone's mind. So I can't blame Riss and KMX or whatever. But what they did is they like dropped Exis, who was working on it, to go with Vital, who kind of abandoned it. And you don't drop Exis, man. So project just every single person who's touched it since is just fucking can't do it.
Yeah.
And also the gameplay is too good, dude. Like I honestly believe that it's too good, dude. Like I look at this shit, I could only finish Ill Composed because I used Riss's worst clips, dude. Like, I didn't know what to do with them because I like to kind of over edit, and I almost felt bad like taking the nastiest Halo 2 play of all time and editing. I just want to like leave it on the timeline to some like Mozart.
Yeah, some Mozart.
that's a video. That's a video that should have been made.
Yeah, man. The gameplay is super nasty. But so, is anything ever going to become of composure?
No, definitely not. In fact, no.
I mean, I've seen all the gameplay in different videos now. Like the gameplay is.
No, I don't think you have.
Well, maybe not all of it, but I've seen people post like scraps, and I've seen. I think like KMX posted all his gameplay, right? There's something like that.
Yeah, KMX, dude, insane. That guy.
So I've seen a lot of the gameplay. Like it's unfortunate that it never came to be, but that's just the way things work out sometimes. Like especially in the Halo editing world, like I don't know, it's a lot of hours to put in. To
such an important world.
Yeah, so monumental. No, but that's what we're here to talk about. So like,
I know.
I think I mean a lot of people who aren't editors, they and I'm not like ragging on these people at all, but they sometimes maybe don't understand.
At all.
Sorry. No, I'm not. That the commitment when you sign up for a video, yeah, you're saying I'm going to finish that video, but like that's a lot of hours to put into something that you're doing for free.
Dude. All right,
that no one's going to see really. I mean, there'll be like 5,000, 10,000 views tops.
Dutchie's new video? Are you kidding me? Dude, that Puba guy. That's Puba, right? Puba?
Yeah.
Pubis skits.
Pooba.
Pubis. He put in work on that, man, and I guess a lot of people saw it. But as an editor, I look at that and I realize that every 2 seconds there was like, and I know what After Effects looks like, and I can tell he did almost all that in After Effects, and that shit is hard, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. From my perspective, I looked at that video and I was like, that was amazing, but dude, just find a better use of your time, guy.
No, don't even say that, dude. I love Poop. I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, but dude, oh man, that was like 10 minutes of gold. Like Christ.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that in a positive way though. Like, I'm glad.
Get
glad
a life, fag.
No,
I'm just joking.
Absolutely not.
Hey, Pooba, I'm sorry, man. I'm just totally joking.
No,
it was a great
video.
Pooba. Great video.
Anyways, I just figured I'd touch on, because like there are people who have never, since they're not editors, they're not as familiar with, like, it is a ton of work.
Oh yeah, dude.
A ton of time. I mean, I could recall days I spent like 8 hours trying to get an effect or something, and I walked away with nothing new on the video because I wasn't happy with anything I put in.
Definitely, yeah.
And I guess it can get discouraging. So unless there's some self motivation going on, it is hard to keep it up. And a video like Composure with so much pressure and people know about it, it's very public. Like, I don't know.
Well, no,
it sucks, but it's just what happens.
Yeah. That's the game, Playboy.
Yeah. But
you got to pay that price when you're living that life.
Yeah.
If you're soft, homeboy, think twice. It ain't nothing nice, baby.
Is that how you live your life?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But an upside for you guys about that is that the ending segment, the special segment that I will do, that we will do, that's specific to GTS, is going to be GTS has offered up his...
Oh, are we at the end already?
We don't have to be. Do you got more you want to talk about?
I don't know. Yeah, no, sure.
All right, let's talk about this. We'll save that special segment that I almost introduced for a little bit later. Let's talk about this. On the topic of songs, since you said it's so important that you match the flow of the song, right? You establish that rhythm and everything. How many songs have you ruined for yourself by just trying to work them into a Halo video?
Oh, holy Lord.
And then when you come away with a Halo video or not a Halo video, and now the song is something you're never going to listen to again.
Yeah, okay. That's so true, man. If you're going to edit to a song, you have to understand you're retiring that song for life. Like, it's never going to be fun again.
Yeah.
Like, ill-composed, right? Well, when I heard that song, I was so amazed by it because it was like the highest song I've ever heard. And basically, the way I see every time you embark on a video, it's a race, You are racing with the clock to see if you can finish this video before the song drives you fucking insane, Yeah. Because it got to a point with Ill Composed that towards the end, after I'd put in like 6 months of that fucking shit, I would take off my headphones and literally hear the song. I would walk upstairs, make a sandwich, and hear the song so audibly, so clearly, as if I'd never even like took my headphones off. And I was like, dude, I'm a psycho, dude.
I'm losing it.
Like, what is going on here? So it's a race. Like, if you want to make a video, you better love that song, and you better make the video fast because you're gonna ruin it forever. And
how you don't. Like,
well, that's just me. I don't know.
No. I fully have had that experience. I mean, maybe not hearing it as audibly as you when my headphones are off, but I fully have had the experience of having every song that I edit to ruined by the time I'm done with the video, or at least ruined for me. How many times do you think you listen to a song when you're doing a project like Ill Composed? I mean, tens of thousands? Is that even...
No.
Do you think that's
what
possible?
1,000?
1,000?
What are you talking about, dude? No. Well...
Sure. How many times do you hit play and stop on the timeline while you're trying to get
okay. I probably listened to a 1,000 snippets of the song.
Okay, right.
But
so not the full song, though.
It's a lot, The shit's crazy.
Yeah. It's more than you should hear that song in that short span of time, for sure.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you have to be like wholeheartedly in love with the song if you're going to edit to it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta love it, dude, because it's a journey.
Right. If you choose a song that you feel so about, then you're dooming yourself from the beginning because you're gonna hate it a week from the day you start.
Yeah, I did take that a couple songs I edited to off my iPod because they'd come on shuffle and I'd just be like, no, stop it.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's like, yeah. It's like, I don't know if you've ever dropped acid and listened to a song, and it kind of didn't strike you well that day, you know?
Right.
It's gonna give you that same emotion for a considerable amount of time. Like,
Yeah.
you know that one song? Oh man, you know that one song where it's like, only when the drugs are gone, you feel like dying. It's like the most fucked up song. I was coming down on acid, and that song came on shuffle, and it was just like literally the lyrics are only when the drugs are gone, you feel like dying.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe the worst thing you could hear.
Yeah, literally, and like, oh my lord, for some reason we like just rolled with it and listened to the whole thing. But every time I hear that song, I'm just like, oh, fucking kill me.
Yeah, that'll make you feel bad. Really quick.
We're talking about editing. Yeah.
We're talking about editing here.
That's. Yeah, I compared that to that. Okay, cool.
Is there anything that that you think that we haven't discussed yet that you think might surprise people or people might be interested to know about the way you think about editing?
I can suck my own dick. No, I can't.
Or
anything
anything editing related that, like, you know, because I think people who don't edit or people who even do but they don't really know other editors' process, I think that stuff's really interesting. I personally find it fascinating. Is there anything that you like, I don't know, that you felt like you haven't shared that maybe people might want to hear?
Yeah, I'd say anyone can do it, and I don't mean Halo. I just mean editing in general. Anyone can do it if you're patient. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I every time I say this to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, man, get out of here." But I really don't think I know how to do any of this. It's all guess and check. I just I have an idea of what looks good and what doesn't, and I'm just patient, you know. But I don't. If someone asked me to recreate anything I've done, I would be so lost and they'd be so disappointed. So, yeah, that's what I'd say. If you want to like learn how to edit, just practice, be comfortable with making shitty stuff, which is hard to do. You know, it's hard to produce shit.
Yeah.
But just produce shit. You know, produce shit and then keep producing shit, and then eventually you'll get to a level where you know you're kind of confident in your stuff.
Right.
And then you know what? And then when you get there, when you get to that level, be satisfied with yourself. Like, the worst thing you can do these days is, like, be satisfied with yourself and say you did a good job. So, you know.
Wait, say that once more. The worst thing you could do is be satisfied with yourself?
No, I mean in terms of, like, how people see that. Like, the worst thing to be in these days is, like, cocky, supposedly, you know? But
I see what you're saying.
The way I'm saying, like, I'll tell you right now, like, I don't think I'm a great editor, but I think the videos I made are fucking chill, you know?
Right,
like,
right,
I watch my videos a lot, you know? Like, I don't, you know, it's more about the product that you should be proud of, you know? So
right. Well,
when you get to a level, enjoy that shit, you know?
Well, right, you should be making content that you find enjoyable, and also to anyone who would respond to what you just said by saying it's like egotistical to watch your own videos, I don't think so at all, because a lot of the videos I create are for my own enjoyment. Like, that's why I'm making them, because I like doing that, and I'm sure the same goes for you.
The missing ingredient.
So I want to be able to watch my own stuff when I'm done with it. Like, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, man, for sure.
But yeah, no, definitely. I also
didn't this interview go a lot better now that I'm not fucked up on Vicodin?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some more sobriety to you. That's for sure.
Holy Lord.
But
yeah, hey, let's show them these renders, man.
Okay, yeah. So the ending segment here is Gabe has been very generous in allowing us to. We didn't even tell them this time that I was on Composure for a little while.
Yeah, Stobs was on Composure. I needed someone to edit a song with me so I could, finish the video. You know.
Mm-hmm. But I ended up bailing because
he backed out.
Yep. Because I'm super lame, and I ended up bailing like every other
he called
Composure editor.
He had this appointment to like I don't know. He had like some like dryness in his vagina or something. And
a sandy vagina. Yeah.
He was on a bunch of like antibiotics to fix his. Ugh, gross. But
yeah, that's what happened though.
But yeah, no, he bailed out, but it's all good because we have renders for you people.
Yeah, so
I'm never
segment,
gonna finish this.
We're gonna show you guys what Gabe and I both had of Composure. This was about 6 months ago, and I've been dying to show people.
Really?
Gabe said Riz isn't gonna care if the clips are out there.
Yeah, fuck.
And so hopefully you guys will enjoy. I'm gonna count down from 5, and then give you guys time to switch over to the tab and check out these Composure renders.
Word. Well, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for doing it, and I appreciate you taking the time to do it again. You know.
Oh, no worries, dude.
I'm glad that we made this happen. So
yeah, it's cool.
I had a good time.
Yeah, word.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey.